Welcome back to week 14 of 5 Picks in 5 Minutes. I'm Tim Kalinowski, joined by Chris Raybon. Let's recap last week. Raybon, you go 2-1, I go 1-1. That's the story. Basically, every single week, you are 24-15 on the season. That's damn good. I am 12-14, just waiting for a sweep out of myself. But before we get into it, the 5 picks this week, the ones you're going to want to pay attention to are Raybon's, not mine. But before we do so, just a reminder that you can tell all of our picks for free thanks to our sponsor, BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. They have an incredible offer for new users. Use bonus code ACTION when signing up to get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Week 14, Chris Raybon, you're on the clock.
All right, Tim, I'm going back to Carolina here, plus 5.5 at the New Orleans Saints. Since the bye, Carolina's defense has been a lot better, top 10 in EPA per play when you exclude turnovers. New Orleans defense over that span, 28th. They just put Marcus May and Malcolm Roach on IR. And Carolina also has cornerback J.C. Horn back, and they're 8-4 against the spread in the last 12 games with him active. Meanwhile, Dennis Allen just 5-16-1, 24% against the spread as a favorite. And this year, 1-8-1, just one cover in 10 spots as a favorite for the New Orleans Saints this season. Give me Carolina plus 5.5.
Well, Raybon, in the beginning of this season, we weren't touching Carolina, and now it's Carolina. That's how value is created, is it not? Well, I'm going to go with another team that we think is kind of dog mess. That is the Chicago Bears, getting 3.5 at home against Detroit. The Bears are off a bye. Their bye ATS numbers, they're nothing great, nothing terrible. But you look at it, Jared Goff, he is the most profitable quarterback against the spread over the last 5 years, 47-27-1. But Goff outdoors against the spread, 34-34-2. How about in December and January outdoors? 9-14-1. Look, the weather in this game, it continues to change, but we're all just projecting what level of ugly it's going to be. I think we all can agree it's going to be some level of ugly. In Chicago, they're 29-2 against the spread in freezing temperatures at home in the last 20 years. I think this is a good spot for Chicago and not a great one for Detroit. Give me Chicago plus 3.5.
Yeah, Detroit's defense also struggling as well. I'm going to go to the Houston Texans minus 3.5 at the Jets for my second pick. And this is not about CJ Stroud here in this matchup. Poor went out for Tank Dell. Obviously, that's a devastating injury for that Houston offense. But I think the Texan defense is undervalued. All three Houston quarterbacks now grade out in the top 25 at PFF. Nelson's playing well. They just reinserted Desmond King into the slot, and Derek Stingley is playing out of his mind since he came back. He's got 4 picks in his last 3 games alone. Also, Anderson and Greenard playing well on the edge, and this Jet O-line giving up the second most pressures, and they're dead last on third down and in the red zone. Second straight year a Nathaniel Hackett coached offense has been dead last in third down conversion rate. So Zach Wilson, when he is a dog of 6 points or less or a favorite, he's failed to cover in 8 of his last 9 games. So give me Houston favored on the road.
Yeah, I don't know why I had to give any qualifications on the situation for Wilson there. I think you just could say he's pretty poor against the spread. I'm going to go here, Buffalo plus 1.5 at Kansas City. I'm doing it. Listen, this line says that these teams are just about even, right, Raybon? Home field ain't 3 anymore, okay? I'm not an idiot, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's 1.5 to 2.5 usually, sometimes even less.
Fair enough. Perfect. So I'm bang on. So this line says that these teams are just about even. And I think Buffalo is trending up. And I think Kansas City has legitimate issues. Their receivers have stone hands. Travis Kelce, he hasn't looked like classic Travis Kelce. I think the only reason to really feel confident about backing Kansas City in this one is because of the Patrick Mahomes effect. Hey, Patrick Mahomes, short spread, you back the better quarterback. That usually is pretty profitable. The Kansas City Chiefs are pretty damn good in that spot. But I'll tell you what, I think that Buffalo has more on the line here. and I'm willing to back them. And I think that we're going to get a big time Buffalo effort. Buffalo plus 1.5.
You like them so much, you're getting hoarse there, just screaming at people to take the Buffalo Bills. But yeah, in the regular season, they've gotten it done. It's the playoffs where they struggle against Kansas City.
I'll tell you what, I was sitting here handicapping games all morning, and I didn't talk to anyone. So this is the first time I've spoken to anyone all day. So it feels weird for me. That's why I'm all hoarse. So finish us off here with your fifth.
Let's go with the Cincinnati Bengals plus 1 at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And Jake Browning, small sample, obviously, but he may be a lot better than Gardner Minshew. Right now, he's better in pretty much every passing metric: yards per attempt, on target percentage, passer rating under pressure, turnover worthy throw rate. So I like his weapons more as well. Aside from that, these are two pretty mediocre teams, but this Colt team on a 4-game win streak, they're starting to get pretty lucky here. Top 3 in our luck rankings. And this win streak came against 4 of the NFL's worst teams. The Colts have been doing really well this year, but I think their luck is about to run out. This desperate Bengals team, I think they get a win at home.
Yeah, I'll tell you, hand up, I thought the Cincinnati team would have quit. And part of that calculation was I thought that they would, lose as a 10-point underdog on Monday Night Football to the Jaguars. And so the math has definitely changed a little bit there. Also, Cincinnati here plus 1. Good little teaser opportunity, I think. We could expect a low-scoring game, even though I know it's not necessarily a total one teaser. Should be a low-scoring affair there. That'll do it for us this week. Raybon, I guess we can just pencil it in. Probably going to be 2-1, 1-1, but they still play the games here. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode, and comment below your favorite bets for this week. Good luck, everyone. Raybon, always a pleasure.
Likewise.